Okay, so here's part 3 of Veronica Franco. So, even through Veronica's letters, even though they established her reputation as a courtesan to the elite, Veronica was brought to the Inquisition court in 1580 by her son's tutor, Rodolfo Venitelli, on charges of having practiced magic in her house. But with the help of Domenico Venier and other Venetian elite male friends of Veronica, she was freed of all charges that were brought against her. But because of the fear of the unknown that most people had drilled into their heads in those days, the said tutor of Veronica's son might have come upon Veronica maybe lighting candles and perhaps even spouting out ideas for poems, which might have made him think that she was casting spells. Or maybe he saw her mixing herbs, as it was thought that people who made their own remedies and treated themselves instead of seeking the help of professional male doctors to deal with it was thought to be the work of the devil. Her being freed of these charges began a downward spiral of her fame and career. It is known that during the plague years of 1575 and 1577, Veronica lost many of her valuable possessions due to theft of her home, and on top of that, her faithful friend and patron of many years, Domenico Venier, died in 1582. Her tax declaration of 1580 states that she was living in a section of the city, possibly near the Rialto Bridge, where destitute prostitutes ended up living. In 1590, the month and date are unknown, Veronica died at the age of 45 years old, most likely extremely poor, and like I said, living near the Rialto Bridge. So there's no records of the lives of her children, or even if the 3 that were said to survive even lived to adulthood. It's possible that Veronica's brothers, whose wives might have taken control of Veronica's children's lives, possibly took them away from her, as Veronica's career was very sinful in the eyes of the Venetian women who were married to the elite. So yeah, if that was the case, then Veronica probably didn't see her children at all, or she didn't see them often at all. Alright, so that's it for Veronica Franco. There's not much information known about this woman, possibly because she wasn't a titled noble. She wasn't the wife of a noble. Even a lot of the wives of nobles from back then didn't even have much information recorded about them. If we're lucky, we come across memoirs that the women wrote to tell us more about their lives, if any copies of those memoirs survived. It's kind of like King Louis XIV's mistress, Madame de Montespan. She had memoirs, so we were able to get a lot of information about her life and her family and things like that. So that's it for Veronica. As I said, I'll be back soon with another person to talk about. Who that is right now, I'm not quite sure. I have a few ideas on my list. So I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you soon.